It's the Roundball Rock Podcast, starring Dave Schilling, Kevin McDonald, Gary Ray Hooker, Joey Devine, Scooter McCrae, Rolando Lamb, Sean Keane, Patreons, Jonathan Lewis, thank you, Jonathan, Jack Brazil, thank you, Jack, Fiat Lux, thank you, Fiat Lux, musical guest, Menudo, and now the temporary host of Roundball Rock, Joey Devine.
Hi, it's me, Joey Devine, your permanent host. Oh, temporary! Oh my god, I just tried to upgrade myself. Your temporary host of the Roundball Rock Podcast. And we are back with another free episode of the podcast. That voice you just heard in the background, why am I a radio man? That voice you just heard in the background is, of course, my co-host, my best friend, Sean Keane. Sean, how are you?
I'm good. I'm doing well.
Great.
Just thinking about NBA basketball, baby.
Bum, 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 bum. I don't want to get sued, so I'm not gonna continue. All right.
It is sad to learn that Ronnie Cycli's song "Practice" has apparently been removed from Spotify.
We did learn that from patron Damon Agnos,
who got the scoop from Cycli himself.
It's true. While we're talking about patrons, it's important to do some business right off the top. Follow us on Twitter at RoundRockPod. Email us at roundrockpod@gmail.com. Tweet at us at RoundRockPod. I said that already. Or if you want to go even farther, give us 5-star reviews on iTunes. Apparently it helps. That's what every other podcast says. So we are nothing if not... we don't know what we're doing, so we just copy other people.
Right.
Call us on the phone at the number in the description of this podcast. And if you'd like to help make Roundball Rock monetarily, and we could use the help as always... You can do that at patreon.com/roundrockpod, where we have a bunch of amazing tiers for you. The $5 tier, you get an extra episode a week. $10 tier, buttons and a sticker and the extra episode. You know what you get for $20, Sean?
I don't know.
Slammed up t-shirt.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and then there are also $50 and $100 levels we have on there just as a joke.
I mean, you can pledge real money, though.
It would be a really funny joke. It would really make us laugh a lot if you guys gave us a lot of money. But
you do get to attend a basketball game with us, right?
That is what the $100 level gets, yeah. $50 you get to be on the show. You can also just be on the show. I shouldn't say that.
No, I mean you have to. Everybody you hear on the show is a $50.
Yeah. They've all paid us $50.
Katie Heindel, Dave Dufour, Brooke and Robin Lopez.
Yeah,
they all subscribe.
We do pay Brett and Randy $50 though, which we really got screwed in that deal. Speaking of. You, our lovely readers. We've been begging for phone calls, and we finally got some. Sean, let's go to the phones, baby!
Sean and Joey can't come to the phone right now, but luckily phones are the domains of me, a robot. If you know the extension of Tillman Fertitta, please dial it now. Press 1 to have a single beer with Zach Lowe. Press 2 for Senegal-related inquiries. Press 3 for movie times read by Brooke Lopez. Press 33 to hear problematic things Bill Simmons wrote in the early 2000s. Press 0 at any time to leave a message for Sean and Joey. That's right, you too can leave a message for Sean and Joey, just dial 323-682-0342. Once again, that number is 323-682-0342. Please give me a call. Being a robot is a solitary road.
All right, Sean. Our first call comes from the lovely, the wonderful Queen Ozymandias.
Great Patreon, great friend.
Let's hear our call. Let's hear the call from the wonderful Queen Ozymandias.
Hello, my loves. I'm trying this again. So it is election night in America. I've had a couple of drinks, so my apologies. This is Christine, also known as Queen Ozymandias, and I have a question for you guys. So this year in the NBA is undoubtedly a year of chaos. The Suns are good, the Warriors are decimated, the Clippers are conference title favorites. And in years past, sort of chaos in sports have portended chaos in the larger world. Leicester City wins the Premier League, and we get Brexit. The Cubs win the series, and we get Trump, etc. So going into a possible watershed year next year, my eyes are on the sports world to give me sort of hints at what's to come. Not that they predict anything, but I think can be an accurate sort of weather vane for the amount of chaos in the air. And my question is this the chaos of birth and creative life, of Kawhi bringing his weird nonsense to the weirdest possible Western Conference team and thriving, of Zion, if he gets better, bringing his weird big boy energy to the Pels, the Suns being good for some reason? Is this the chaos that brings revitalizing joy, working class fervor, with Jim Boylan, or is this the chaos of destruction, of devastating injuries, of me having to watch Hassan fucking Whiteside, of LeBron fading a little bit as a super relevant figure? So when we're looking at the NBA, what does this tell us about the future? Thank you, my loves. Goodbye.
All right, Sean. So, what is your answer to this question?
Well, I was trying to think about her premise because it does kind of feel like you've said it before that the Warriors' emergence has sort of led to the rest of
giving away my answer.
Sorry. Give your answer and then I'll get into that. Yeah, sorry.
My answer is that the world went askew the second the Golden State Warriors won an NBA title. And now that they are bad in the exact same way again, I'm feeling pretty good. Trump's gonna lose, baby. Look, they've got an overpaid guard who can't play any defense, who's hurt all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking not about Stephen Curry. Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson are essentially just gone. They've been leftovers, basically. Mm-hmm. I know Draymond's supposed to be back, but let's be honest, he's not really going to be back until next season. And so it's happening at the perfect time.
Yeah, and it's like it feels like it's a real blow to the upper class. Like the Warriors tanking their first season at the Chase Center almost feels like a proletarian act.
Well, and I actually have a theory. I don't know if you've been watching these Chase Center games, Sean, but the crowd has actually gotten progressively better with each game.
Yeah, they were really good at the Portland game.
And it's like these scrappy, young, terrible Warriors are teaching these bloodless, horrible billionaires how to root for the underdog.
Right.
I actually think this is the key to our world becoming a better place.
It's like Kai Bowman.
Yeah. Eric Pascal is our Neo from the Matrix.
Yeah, I buy that. He's the chosen one. He can definitely manipulate reality. But also I feel like the Warriors had spent some time being some bullies, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Draymond Green, I love Draymond, but has some bullying in his heart and soul.
Definitely.
Zaza. But this game with Portland, it was like Hassan Whiteside bullying and Rodney Hood taking a cheap shot at a rookie. So it felt like that's what the Warriors do. They get the real Warriors get their lunch money stolen. Joey.
The real Warriors are weaklings who are too short. And when they do have a guy tall enough, he has a drinking problem and loses his mind.
Yeah. Or he's like very skinny. Yeah.
I mean, I was specifically talking about Andres Biedrins.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to think if Smilagic, like which way he would fall apart Biedrins style, and I mean,
I believe Biedrins was hurt a majority of his rookie year too.
Oh, I guess that does make sense. Yeah.
Anyway, we can't just focus on the Warriors.
No. So I was trying to think of what was happening. So I think she's right in that when like very hopeful outcomes happen, it often will have like a negative effect. You have to think about what happened directly before the election of Barack Obama. And what happened was the Boston Red Sox won the World Series, and then the Boston Celtics won the NBA title.
And the New England Patriots, of course, had.
Well, they
in the middle of their dynasty.
Yeah. They did get beat. That seems like the Patriots. Like if Eli Manning had not, like if the helmet catch hadn't happened, Obama would have been elected and he would have like prosecuted the Bush administration times. Because that would have been the only way to reset things.
Like Obamacare would have passed as full health care immediately.
Yeah. There would have been like he would have had Larry Summers. He would never have appointed Larry Summers to a position of power because it just like the association with Boston would have just made the country revolt. And it would have, you know what? No bailout.
I do have an argument, a quibble here.
Okay.
For something Queen Ozymandias said, though, I gotta say. Okay. Jim Boylan is not a symbol of young working class fervor. No, he is dead. He's like dead boomer capitalism apex, right?
Oh, yeah. Jim Boylan is like protesting an abandoned factory being turned into housing for the homeless.
He's a man who will never, ever, 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 ever retire.
Oh, God, yes.
So in turn is directly related to why millennials don't have jobs that in the white collar jobs, you know?
Right. But he's still mad at his players for like buying avocado toast.
He's like a coach who got a job based on the GI Bill. And has just never let go.
He bought his house for like $5,000. Yeah. I agree with that. I was trying to think of the other things that are happening. Now, the weirdness of like the chaos and the impermanence of the NBA, I do think that reflects a certain cultural mode, much like the theory that everybody's going for broke because they don't think the NBA will exist after climate change. So a 2025 first round pick is valueless. But I do think things will be weird. Like there's enough of just a strange energy of like suddenly everybody in the NBA is getting busted for roids, the Suns being good is that's a weird omen. That's like pulling a Joker card when in your tarot reading.
I mean, there's a reason the Suns are good. Let's be honest here. And it's something we have pointed out multiple times. And it's Ricky Rubio just makes teams better. He's like a beautiful boy, a light in darkness, shining for the world to see.
It also kind of feels like they brought in Monty Williams, and Monty Williams was like, why are we running super complicated plays with these guys who haven't been taught how to set springs? Also, we're terrible at drafting. Let's just we might as well draft someone older than Devin Booker in the lottery, because at least at least he won't be screwed up by the Suns organization at 19. His brain will be able to form before he gets there. And then it's just like, let's just get some guys who are 25 that we won't ruin them as youths.
Mm-hmm. I also would quibble a little bit that LeBron is still definitely relevant. The Lakers are really fucking good. I know we're all pretending that they're not because their team is weird and doesn't seem like it'll be good, but their defense is legit.
Yeah, I mean they
incredible.
have that. Yeah, I mean they have Anthony Davis and LeBron James. That's the main thing that they still have.
Well, and Alex Caruso and Dwight Howard.
God, Alex Caruso, I love how much he is infuriating everyone.
He's the best, dude. I love
Alex Caruso. He's the Ken Klippenstein of the NBA.
You've been into Alex Caruso. For the record, you and I have been into Alex Caruso since the second we saw him in Summer League.
Yeah, in 2017, I believe, right?
I think that's right.
Yeah.
We were making jokes the entire time about how an undercover cop got on the court.
But he, at first I thought he was like those weird Ware brothers from UCLA that just have been playing Summer League for 10 years. But then once we were watching him a lot, it was like, Alex Caruso can do some stuff.
Well, he had a monster dunk and we were like, okay, we're into this guy.
It's because his hair and face look so weird. You forget that he's like kind of big.
And also young and athletic.
Well, he ruled in college. It just, I really think that his appearance also works to his advantage at this point.
He's kind of who we thought Svi was going to be.
Yeah. And Svi turned out to just be like ultra strange. I think we were just into the idea that he had enrolled in college at like 16 or something.
Anyway, great question, Queen.
Yeah, really good question.
And Ozymandias, thank you for calling.
All right. I hope the election went well for your preferred candidates for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Our next question comes from Jonathan Lewis. Let's hear it.
Hey, this is Jonathan calling from Silicon Valley, the worst place in the entire world. And I had a question for Brett and Randy. Now that the book is out on Eric Paschal and his value is widely known by the league, have the Warriors front office completely messed this up by getting maximum trade value for this asset? And does that mean that their window is now fully closed for the next foreseeable years, since they won't be able to get anything valuable in return? Thanks.
Sean, I don't think we can answer this question. It's not for us.
No, it's not for us.
I guess let's bring those guys in.
This is Slammed Up with Brett Sampson and Randy Ludu. Analytics, friendship, efficiency, and promo codes. These guys are fucking dorks.
Welcome to a special mailbag edition of the Slammed Up podcast, the only analytics podcast that is nested inside another podcast. I am Brett Slamson. With me, as often, is Randy Ledoux. Randy, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm on a cleanse.
Oh, what kind of cleanse?
It's mostly just maple syrup, lemon juice, and lots of cocaine. So just clears out the sinuses, clears out the body, gets me prepared. I had a big Halloween. Did maybe a little bit too much partying. I went to Hedonism 7. Which was a clothing optional, costume optional Halloween party. And I was up for roughly 47 hours just trick-or-treating, making love, and breaking down video. How was your Halloween, Randy?
Oh, pretty good.
Now, do you go trick-or-treating, Randy?
No, I'm 46.
All right, no, but you're small enough that you could probably pass for.
No, I went to a party with an adult woman.
Whoa.
Yeah. She dressed up as the giant from Jack and the Beanstalk, and I was the bean.
Oh, well that's nice. That's a nice couple's costume.
Somebody dropped me in a beer.
Oh no,
beer was roofied.
Oh no.
It was not good.
Do you know what happened? Were you abused, Randy?
No.
Because that's good, because that's my job. Verbally.
No, I turned out to be okay.
Oh, good. Well,
I had a really good time.
I bet.
I wore a thimble as a lampshade.
Oh my gosh.
Danced and danced and danced.
Oh my god, that reminds me of the Sloan conference in 2013. Remember when you accidentally snorted that pixie stick? Oh, sorry. All right. I respect your privacy, but the dancing was amazing. I guess we should answer this question, even though these listeners are, I would say, beneath us. Would you agree, Randy?
I mean, everybody's beneath me.
Mm-hmm. And
they're above me.
Someone should make a joke about that.
I think I just did.
Oh my gosh, that's you really are still feeling the effects of that thing, I think. First of all, I'm going to take issue with Jonathan calling Silicon Valley the worst place in the entire world. It is the nexus of our great civilization right now. It is the hotbed of great capitalism. They've rejected the antiquated ideas about privacy and trust busting, and essentially they're trying to lead us into the corporate monolith / hive mind. And I'm very excited about the singularity.
Plus, my favorite food comes from there.
What's your favorite food?
Soylent.
Oh, you love that.
Also, my favorite drink.
What's your favorite drink?
Juicero.
Oh, well, that's right. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, so we take issue with that one. Now, so his question was, are the Warriors overexposing their rookie forward? And the answer is, of course. That
wasn't his question.
Wait, what was his question?
His question was if they messed it up by getting maximum value for a second round pick.
I'm saying that they exposed his value around the league prematurely because ideally, as you and I both agree, the Warriors should be tanking right now. Just as
Are
hard.
They not?
Well, they shouldn't be letting him score points at all. That's the problem.
Excellent point.
Yeah, once he started scoring, they needed to get him on the bench and move Marquise Chris into the shooting guard position immediately.
See, I actually have a different argument, though.
Oh, okay.
If you're going to draft someone who's 24 years old, you only are going to get 3 years of production before he drops off this mortal coil. So you might as well play him all 48 minutes before he drops down dead of old age.
That's a good point. I would. He's just winning too many games for them.
I think it was a bad pick.
It was a terrible pick. Too old, bad body, not switchy enough, too old, about to die, hard to look at.
Well, you do like his body composition.
I mean, I do like his body composition. I don't like watching him excel on the court when obviously the Warriors should be, ideally maybe employing homeless people to come in and maybe work for food, possibly just they can clean up the luxury suites.
I say play the
flavor
butlers.
Oh, that's fantastic! I like that. Play the butlers, get the blood boys in there. How about all the outsourced jobs, the people that are doing all the sort of middleware stuff? Bring them in. Mm-hmm. They pay their own wages. They play. They get a 10-day contract, and they're waived and sent back to Bangalore. And so
I
ultimately,
also think they should be using the players they currently have on contract.
Mm-hmm.
Sell those assets.
Mm-hmm.
Invest in Bitcoin.
Mining. Bitcoin mining.
Buy servers. Put them on the floor of the Chase Center. Have the butlers and the blood boys dribble around the server banks that are just mining Bitcoin, making money.
Mm-hmm. And while they're on the bench, they can run on treadmills to power the supercomputers.
Well, I mean, I don't really care who powers it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who are we? Tom's Shoes?
Well, we do. Any incremental savings of the electricity bill can just be reinvested into the Bitcoins.
True, but I think those servers break down. You just throw them into the ocean. Who cares?
That's true. I mean, that they didn't clean up the place they built the arena anyway. So, what's 10,000 more pounds of silicon in that water? But this says, I would agree that their window is fully closed for the next foreseeable years, and essentially the Chase Center is going to be a laser tag arena / Bitcoin mine / pleasure palace / cryogenic freezing storage for a select group of executives who bought into the cryogenic luxury suite level when it was first offered.
Mm-hmm. Excellent point.
Yeah. So, Jonathan Lewis, you owe Silicon Valley an apology, and you owe us $50.
If you'd invented Silicon Valley, you would have invented Silicon Valley.
Randy, you are high as hell. You are high as hell, Randy.
If you knew what you were looking for, you would have seen it written on my dorm room window, pal.
By the way, this question has a sponsor, because we always throw a sponsor into these things, no matter what is happening. This is actually Montrez Harrell's Montrez Hair Gel. This is for if you are a man with dreadlocks of any race. It is not a race-specific thing. Montrez Harrell's Montrez Hair Gel is exactly what you need. It is not the first hair gel, but it should come off when you're sick of using the other hair gel. Gives a little bit of an exciting hold. It does not defend well against hair damage or wind or sun, but it is very offensive, particularly if you are a white person and you use it to shape your hair gel. Your hair into dreadlocks as a Caucasian, much like Montrezl Harrell himself, very offensive. And it also pairs extremely well with the sweet Lou Williams suite of facial products. It's very good. There's a threesome of facial moisturizers that all work together in a menage of moisture. Your face has never been more damp, and you can get your first trial size package of Montrez Harrell's Montrez Hair Gel with promo code burn down the Chase Center for the insurance money. It's easy to remember. We talk about it all the time on the podcast. So thank you, Montrez Harrell's Montrez Hair Gel. Yeah, we do. We actually were investigated by the FBI because we were talking about it so much. In fact, at the Chase Center, yelling I talk very loudly on this podcast. I talk even louder IRL, as they say. Right. All right. Well, Randy, I think we're wrapping up this question. What are your plans coming up?
Oh, I'm just gonna be working on my model.
Oh, your statistical model?
Yeah, but it's also a physical model.
Oh, okay.
There's not much I want to say about it right now, but let's just say I need a lot of glue.
Oh, I'm excited. Well, please don't sniff that, because you could get drugged again. And who knows where you would end up. You're very hard to find when you go missing. because of your size. That's it for Slammed Up. We'll give you back to those emotional, non-serious basketball people, Sean and Joey.
Well, wasn't expecting to have them on so early.
Yeah, I hated that. I hated that so much.
Luckily, though, we did get something that I don't hate.
Okay, yeah.
Sean, do you remember last episode?
I do.
When we had Coach Dave Dufour on.
Mm-hmm.
A listener of ours named TeeTwo wrote us a letter saying he was the only man at his workplace who was also 3 inches taller than all of the women. And they were playing 3-on-3 basketball on 8-foot rims as a team building exercise.
Yes.
And he wanted to know if he should dunk on his boss.
Yes. And
we brought in Coach Dave Dufour from the Count the Dings Nerder She Wrote podcast, The Athletic Zone, to give good old T2 some actual basketball strategy. And the thing was a few days ago, and he called us with an update. So here is our friend T2 telling us if indeed he dunked on his boss.
Hey guys, it's T2. Want to call and let you know how the game went. When we drafted, I got our school's version of Ricky Rubio and like a Chris Paul type. We played 2 games. I took Coach DeFore's advice and dunked on everybody. Although my boss did make a rule that I can't dunk anymore about halfway through. We still won, however. In game 2, I played her team. And since I couldn't dunk, I took more of a Jokic role and distributed the ball around. However, near the end of the game, I did see my opportunity, and I dunked on my boss, almost knocking her down. I took the foul and the turnover. It was totally worth it. We won again, obviously. And after the game, I made sure to thank Coach DeFore and Roundball Rock. It confused the hell out of everyone, but it was totally worth it. So thanks, guys.
He lived the American dream, Sean. He fucking did it. That crazy bastard did it. He dunked on his boss.
I gotta say, this is also a positive sign, and I think Queen Ozymandias would agree.
Oh, yeah. She loves dunking on bosses.
That's kind of her steez, I would say.
I would also say that, yeah. Well, T2, I've got to say, I'm insanely proud of you.
Yeah, this made me really happy.
And it made Coach Dave Dufour happy. We told him. So good job, buddy.
I'm pretty sure it made the children that T2 teaches really happy, too.
I'm sure it did not. I cannot believe they banned dunking like he was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh, yeah. It's like what happened with Wilt Chamberlain, where they had to invent rules like, hey, you can't dunk free throws anymore.
Amazing. All right. So those are our calls.
Yep.
Sean.
Those are our callers.
Oh, don't do that. Save that for the Bill Simmons podcast. But Sean, wasn't it nice to have calls?
It really was.
Well,
I mean, but only certain people can call, right, Joey?
No, anyone can call.
Oh.
Give us a call at whatever the USA's country code is.
Yes.
323-682-0342. Once again, I mean, I'm going to have the robot say it at the top, too. But once again, 323-682-0342. Give us a call. Sean, it's the beginning of the season, and you know what that means.
Is it time to make some bets?
It is. It's always time to make some bets, dude. And you know where we like to bet here at Roundball Rock? MyBookie.ag. You want to know why? Because using our promo code ROUNDROCK, they will match your donation. They'll match your deposit For every dollar you put in, they'll match you $1, and you'll have even more money to play with, baby.
Yeah.
If you really want to support your team this season, don't just sit on the sidelines. Get in the game with MyBookie.ag, baby. The offseason was especially eventful this year, and the league was thrown for a loop. So use your basketball knowledge. I'm talking to you, TeeTwo. No, I'm just kidding. That's you being able to dunk is not going to be able to help with this. But use your basketball knowledge to prove you have what it takes at mybookie.ag, where they make it easy to play and even easier to get paid. That's right. Use promo code ROUNDROCK to activate the offer. That's promo code ROUNDROCK to double your cash. And Sean, you know I like to look at some bets on here. We all know everyone who listens to this podcast is way, way too smart about basketball, that we need to make other bets to have some fun. You know what I mean?
just to get some juice.
And I found one of the craziest bets I've ever seen on this website.
Yes.
This is who will play the Penguin in the Batman movie?
Whoa. Okay.
All right, Sean, I'm going to read you all of them because there is no way any of these are right. Your leader with plus 100 odds. Jason Alexander.
What? There's no chance. There is zero chance of that happening.
Can you imagine Jason Alexander fighting Robert Pattinson?
Oh my god. Well, now I want it to happen.
Your next person, Timothy Spall, who I don't know who that is, but he's plus 300.
Timothy Spall. I should know who that is.
I'm sure he's on Game of Thrones or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's
in Harry Potter. He's the Rat Man in Harry Potter.
Oh, he's like Peter. What's his name?
Yeah, he's the man who turns into a rat. Also, not gonna be the Penguin.
No, he's not.
Plus 500, dude.
He's like he is very good. He's like a Mike Lee actor, which is the funniest.
Plus 500. Your third best odds. Josh Gad.
Oh my god. Well, that might happen.
No way. No way,
Gad
dude.
as the Penguin.
There's no fucking way.
All of these guys are going to try to sing.
Your next guy could maybe happen if they go full CGI. Andy Serkis plus 1,000. Yeah,
but as we all know, they'd be talking. Well, this is how it would work if they hired Andy Serkis. He would just be like really working on it, thinking about his costume and everything, and they're like, "Oh no, we were an animal of a penguin, a CGI animal penguin that was sentient because you cannot play human beings."
Mm-hmm. All right, you're next at plus 1,500. Dan Fogler, the poor man's Gad.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Who was before the poor man? He was the poor man's Gad. Was the poor man's Jack Black?
Yes. Absolutely. Wow.
All right, your next. This one is crazy. At plus 2,300, Danny DeVito again.
Danny DeVito. How old is Danny DeVito now?
I mean, probably not that much older than Jason Alexander.
Right. Honestly.
All right.
DeVito is, hold on, 75.
Mm-hmm. All right, your next person is you might know her as Mrs. Family Guy, or the racist Asian lady.
Yeah, Mrs. Swan.
Mrs. Swan. Alex Borstein at plus 2,500.
She's been cleaning up at the Emmys recently, but can she tackle the role of the Penguin? Again, can you imagine a single one of these people throwing a punch?
especially against someone as young as Robert Pattinson. That's the key with this stuff, is like they try and sort of match the ages a bit.
Yeah, because otherwise it's really weird that this guy's like, well, I'm 62 years old.
Your next guy is the shitty Capote himself, Toby Jones, at plus 2,500.
Another person that I cannot imagine doing any physical violence. And
this is, look, if you are an actor in Hollywood and you are on this list, this is upsetting.
It's mean. It's mean.
All right, here's the guy who it could happen for, but I don't think he's famous enough.
Okay.
But Caleb Landry Jones.
Okay, I don't think I know who that is.
He's the brother in Get Out.
Oh, he would be great, kind of. Well, at least he matches.
Yeah, plus 2,800. But it's not going to be him. Because here's the other thing. I saw today that they were talking to Colin Farrell. Not on this list.
Right. Well, also, Colin Farrell makes sense as, again, he's like the only person on this list that can do a push-up.
Do you want to hear some other people who don't make sense?
Okay, yeah.
Jonah Hill, who already turned this down, plus 3,000.
I mean, just because he was probably like they mentioned it, and everyone spent a day on Twitter being like, "Oh, that fat fucking penguin."
Your next guy, anywhere Jonah Hill goes, this guy's got to go. Seth Rogen, plus 3,000.
I would love Seth Rogen to be the penguin. Batman! This umbrella and like weed smoking penguin. That would be really weird.
Mm-hmm.
And just talking about smoking weed all the time.
Look, it would be a lot more normal than these other two choices.
Oh, okay.
Whoopi Goldberg plus 4,500.
Mike, can you imagine betting that and it paying off? How good would you feel about that? Like, I had a gut feeling it was going to be Whoopi playing the penguin opposite Robert Pattinson.
And then Betty White plus 5,000.
Oh my God.
And then here's what I would bet. The Field plus 750.
Oh, hell yeah. Get that free money. I might bet that right now while we're recording, Joey.
Well, you can tease it too.
Oh.
There's another penguin bet here at mybookie.ag, and that's, will a woman play penguin in the Batman movie?
It feels like there's maybe some inside information about a woman playing the penguin.
No is minus 1,200, and yes is plus 800.
They gotta have some inside information on this one. That Pattinson's just like, I'll do it if I can work with Borstein. He's just a Mrs. Maisel fan.
But the no is the odds are crazy. The no is minus 1,200, Sean. You have to bet $1,200 to win 100.
I just want to see Mrs. Swan do it.
God, can you imagine them actually casting her and then just 2 days of Twitter of people like tweeting Mrs. Swan videos and then they fire her?
Right, because they're like, she's actually canceled because of a sketch someone else wrote.
Anyway, that's mybookie.ag.
Yeah.
Visit mybookie.ag today. Use promo code ROUNDROCK. You play, you win, you get paid for knowing that none of those people are going to play the penguin.
Not one of them.
Sean, do you want to go do reader mail or news? I think let's make it a full mail episode.
Yeah, let's do it. Because the news is like
boring. It's boring.
Yeah.
Plus, who wants to talk about actual basketball? You know what I mean?
Right now, all it is like teams figuring it out, everybody getting hurt, and like drug suspensions. That's it.
A lot of those going around.
Yeah.
Hey.
Just a lot of terrible tainted supplements,
By
Joe.
the way,
it's an epidemic.
I should mention, John Collins, you're on one of our buttons, and you have let us down.
Mm-hmm.
You have let the children of Roundball Rock down by taking your tainted supplements.
Joey, I'm gonna let you in on a secret, a little teaser. He's also the subject of this week's song.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
You'd think if he were on steroids, you know what? Actually, let's talk about this real quick before.
It's only because of the thing he took seems weird. Because
here's the thing, I don't care about what he took. But I want to say this joke real quick.
Oh yeah.
Clearly, the reason he didn't jump over that plane is because he was carrying too much muscle mass. Less steroids, he would have cleared that plane.
Yeah. That's true. It is just weird to me that like DeAndre Ayton got suspended for taking like a clear steroid masking agent. Mm-hmm. John Collins took a growth hormone that made him eat more, so he could like gain weight, which I know is illegal, but it's just funny to me. Like I looked at the study linked to that, and the study literally involved giving male subjects this growth hormone and then just letting them loose on a buffet.
That is bizarre.
That's science, Joey.
All right, let's go to reader mail, Sean.
This is Roundball Rock Reader Mail. Communications from listeners. Why do we call it reader mail? It is confusing for robots.
All right, Sean, our first question comes from Lou. He asks, it took an on-court scuffle and being called a bitch on Instagram for Joel Embiid to confirm the Butler cat cuck child rumors. What would it take for JoJo to out JJ Redick's secret families?
I have a theory about this, and I think it would be criticism from Brent Barry.
Interesting.
Because that would then remind him of the he'd like launch in on the Tony Parker thing, and in his furor he'd just be like, you can't even handle one family, my boy JJ's got at least two that I know about. And then someone would misread his emojis.
I have a quicker answer. It's a date with his secret crush.
Ooh. Who is that secret crush, Joey?
He won't say.
What if it was JoJo?
Oh, the JoJo. What if it was JoJo Dancer?
Oh, that's what it was. He was trying to.
I don't think we talk about how lame that was from Embiid, though. Where he was like, I gotta be an all-star this year because this lady told me I could go on a date with her.
I mean, I do agree with this, but we are also maybe should cut Joel Embiid a little bit of slack for, being from the Congo.
I just think we cut Joel Embiid enough slack already. We all pretend he's super funny all the time. He's basketball Grohl. You know what I mean? Where they're like, look, it's a weird thing with him and Blake Griffin, right? Where it's like we judge Blake Griffin's comedy like he's a comedian, but judge Joel Embiid's comedy like he's an athlete.
But I mean, he's also like a big silly guy. He's a big giant.
Not that funny though.
I think you're a little rough on Joel Embiid.
I mean, I like Joel. I'm just saying.
Would you prefer him not being ridiculous on Instagram? I think it's better that he is. Yeah.
I'm just saying. He's not the funniest athlete.
That's certainly true. That's definitely true.
Not even the funniest basketball player. But we all talk about him. Player? I mean, Dirk.
Yeah, that's right. He is the funniest basketball player.
All right. Our next question comes from John Sullivan.
Okay.
Why do reporters address coaches as coach? This is such a good question.
This is a great question.
Coach Popovich, Coach Boylan, etc. I understand why players do this, since we have basically turned coaches into military generals.
Yeah.
But the average NBA reporter hasn't played organized basketball in at least 15 years. Howard Beck and Zach Lowe even do it with David Thorpe, who just runs an off-season training center. If a reporter addresses a player by his first name, isn't it weird that they don't do this for a coach? You know, another adult male in the field they work in?
I'm going to say it's particularly weird with Ryan Saunders, who is younger than most of those people.
Well, and then the Grizzlies, Taylor Hackford, what's his name?
Lautner. Taylor Lautner is his name. It's a beautiful child. Taylor Jenkins, I think.
Who I can never remember
is the
his
drummer
name
from the Foo Fighters.
That is a Foo Fighter to me. But yes,
I think of him more as the star of CBGB.
Iggy Pop. Yes. He's Iggy Pop in CBGB. Sean, why do they do this though?
I think part of it is the decline of independent journalism and the rise of like team media and super access journalism, probably. Mm-hmm. But it is weird because it like, do you think it would be disrespectful just to be like, hey, Greg? Mm-hmm. I mean, Pop actually was in the military, but yeah, it's very weird that there's like a 55-year-old Star Tribune beat writer just going like, "Oh, Mr. Sanders, please, Coach Sanders."
It's not Mr. It's Coach.
Coach. Like he's not your coach.
Yeah, it's very weird. I do have a riddle.
I mean, it's like he's a doctor. I guess you would.
I do have a riddle about this for you, Sean. Yeah. Can I do this riddle for you? Let's see if you can solve this riddle.
Okay.
A father and son have a car accident and are both badly hurt. They are both taken to separate hospitals. When the boy is taken in for an operation, the coach says, "I cannot do the surgery because this is my son." How is this possible?
They're gay. He has
no. The coach is a woman.
What?
But also not a surgeon, so I don't know why the coach was in surgery.
Well, I mean, it's like, look, it's a title of respect. Like the way you'd, like, if your friend was a doctor, would you constantly just say, like, "Oh, doctor, what do you think about this?" Maybe they should. Maybe everybody should be addressed by their job title. Mr. Trainer.
Mm-hmm. But would you like that at all if you were like hosting at a comedy club?
Host.
Great
Keen.
set night. Host, great set tonight. Hey, feature. Really good stuff.
Freelance contributor.
Postmate.
Yeah.
Postmate.
But they're sucking up. The Thorpe one is a little bit weird. Like
we've been calling him Coach Dave Dufour.
Yeah, that is true.
But that's more as a sign of respect because he deserves our respect.
Yeah. And
also,
I guess that's how
we know him in real life and do not call him Coach. We've just been doing it for the sake of the bit on this podcast.
That is true.
We've never once called him Coach.
Yeah, I mean, I've like referred to him in the third person as a coach, but yeah. Coach, will you do the podcast? Please, Coach. Now I'm just going to see all of them as just like a desperate, like Willie Loman.
From this point on, the only coach I'm going to refer to as coach is Craig T. Nelson.
Mm-hmm,
that's my goal in life.
If that bartender from Cheers was still alive, I would also call him
peace, Coach.
All right. But he died so that Woody could live.
Mm-hmm. All right,
that's why hemp is legal now.
Our next question comes from Eusebio, who asks, with all these illegal substances contaminating innocent supplements, I'm curious, what's a time you took a substance inadvertently, and who did you have to apologize to for your actions?
I'm trying to think if I'm going to tell a story about where I kind of intentionally took a substance but took way more of it than I meant to.
Mm-hmm.
The second time in college where this is a very blatant move to make pot brownies in a common area. Mm-hmm. It stunk up the entire dorm. We just had very little supervision my freshman year. But we tried making pot brownies the first time, and they were very unstrong. Mm-hmm. And we were just like, oh, this is bullshit. And then I came home one day, and I was about to go to a just burrito place with my friend, and someone had made pot brownies again, and I was like, I better eat 2 right away. Mm-hmm. Because these are pretty weak. And then we got to the restaurant and sat down, and I was unable to speak or look up for like 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. And my friend who had eaten 1 weed brownie kept trying to like keep me in it, and I would just shake my head when he said things, and they brought me my food and I didn't touch it or anything. And finally he just like paid, and we just abandoned our food, and I didn't talk to him all the way back to the dorms, and then I just sat in a corner. Mm-hmm. So I would have to apologize to the restaurant and the friend, and I guess probably whoever made the weed brownies, because I ate way more than I should have. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I guess I should probably apologize to my old roommate Yee for
sitting on.
Yeah, that's his name.
The chair. He should apologize to those chairs whose ankles he broke in that workout. God,
I was hallucinating so many chairs during that, Joey.
I also have a college story.
Okay.
It was my freshman year of college, and it was the first time I think I'd ever been sick. Like, not ever. I'm not David Dunn from Unbreakable. But, like, it was the first time I'd been sick and not living at home, you know?
Oh, right. Yeah,
so it was like, I wasn't eating. Like, I had a cold. Mm-hmm. I wasn't eating. I bought my own weird cold medicine. Like, I was really poor, so I bought some, like, weird cold medicine. Uh-huh. And I think I hadn't eaten anything all day. And then I took, like, a double dose of this cold medicine. And then went to a party forgetting I'd taken the cold medicine.
Oh.
And drank a 40 and, like, immediately blacked out.
Oh, no.
And, like, the only story... I think I, like... People were like, what was up with you, man? You drank a 40 and, like, it was like you drunk 12 40s. I think I pulled the fire alarm at one point. I was apparently having a conversation with somebody, and I thought we were in an argument and was, like, getting upset, and the guy was like, I agree with you! We're agreeing! And then, like, I stumbled home, so I guess I'd like to apologize to, myself for not, realizing I had a drinking problem.
Oh my God.
Until I was 33 years old.
Oh, I totally accidentally ate a, like, cookie that was like a regular cookie, but I was in Humboldt County at this comedy festival, and someone had, like, I was told that someone, like, dusted it with Molly, but it definitely was, and it was the same kind of experience as you, where it was like I didn't really think I had particularly ingested substances, and was just like up until 3 a.m. in this Airbnb.
That's really
chattering and terrified.
All right, our next question and final question comes from El Halfnero, who asks, I was talking about basketball with a friend the other day, and she revealed to me that she went to college with Richard Jefferson and had a crush on him. I'm going to say right off the bat, lady, you dodged a bullet, because he would have left you at the altar.
Mm-hmm. He's handsome. He seems like a fun guy.
He's done it before.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he has.
Sean and Joey, which players would have been your college crushes?
I mean, I guess if I'm picking a heterosexual crush, I think it would be Maya Moore. I just think she's great. Yeah, really good in that Uncle Drew Pepsi commercial. Love the way she plays. Just great player for the Lynx.
All right, get to the gay crush, man.
The gay crush. I think if I really think Al Horford is extremely handsome, but I think if I had to pick like the NBA player I would have the biggest crush on, it would be Serge Ibaka.
Because of the show?
Because of the show, but he's also just really handsome and like he's got a great body. Seems like he has a good attitude, and he's tough. He's tough. And I really like how he plays too. Like a shot blocking 3-point shooter. Yes, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I did have a crush on a basketball player in college, and his name was Anthony Randolph. So we all know that.
The one that got away.
And I mean, I'm always look. I love greatness. So my heterosexual crush would, of course, be Diana Taurasi. What's not to love about her, man?
Mm-hmm.
I love a sassy gal.
I like that she kind of fights
tough,
too.
Tough, sassy. It's my favorite. All right, Sean, that's our show.
Yeah.
What would you like to plug?
Check out. I got a column about the Rockets on Yardbarker you can read. And then, if you're in the Bay Area, New Year's shows December 29th through 31st at Cobb's Comedy Club in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm. As for me, you can always follow me on Twitter at Frankie Muniz, where I tweeted a GIF of the waiting room from Beetlejuice with the text, "My wife won't let me tweet about how fun going to the Social Security Administration and the DMV are, so use your imagination." Sean.
Yeah.
Why is Frankie Muniz at the Social Security
Administration? Is he? Are they trying to draft him? Is he?
Did you write a song?
I did. It's weird that the direction the songs have been going. We had multiple songs about the Phoenix Suns. This is another song about a drug suspension. It's a Carly Rae Jepsen song, and it's called Collins PED.
Okay.
Yeah.
Subscribe, download, rate, review, Patreon at RoundRockPod, roundrockpod@gmail.com. Call us on the phone. Thanks for being our listeners. Trust the process.
Trust the process.
And shut it down. Let's go home.
You jumped over a fake plane. I thought your dunk was insane. Threw down like you were in pain. The video trended. Seeing you with Trey was the best. The Hawks were having success. But then you failed a drug test. And now you're suspended. Your arms were getting bulky. This makes Lord Pierce sulky. Illogical to a Vulcan. Why'd you have to do it, Johnny? Hey, I drug tested you. And this is crazy, but it's growth hormones. Collins PD, it's hard to trust. Your alibi's weak, a tainted supplement. Collins PD, I guess they're gonna just start Jabari. Well, he can gain weight without PDs. Get ready for some DeAndre Bembry. They'll miss his numbers. Collins PD. He wanted to get real swole, tired of being a beanpole, and now the team's in a hole. Gotta play Damon Jones, violated the CBA. He's out until Christmas Day. You can't blame the FDA, putting meat on his bones. 6 weeks with no hooping, we'll miss the alley-ooping. Weird colors when you're pooping. Don't tell me Chandler Parsons playing. Hey, I drug tested you. And this is crazy, but it's growth hormones. Collins PD, it's hard to trust. Your alibi's weak, a tainted supplement. Collins PD, hey, you'd get less time if you were blazing. Ask Nerlens Noel. Collins PD, Grant Hill is bummed out. Sir Foster's sobbing, it's all because of Collins PD. Before you came to the Hawks, the team was so bad. The team was so bad. They traded for Sheldon Mack. Before you fell in the draft, the Hawks were so bad. Plumlee was so fat, and Mike Muscala rapped. It's hard to forgive. It's just unfair, man, but you let down the Tuskegee Airmen. I just retested you, and this is crazy, but it's growth hormone. Collins PD.